Hello and welcome to the Real Watchers live stream for 2025 or 2026, excuse me, February 11th. Kevin's freaking out because I changed the background on.
Yes, you did.
It's kind of fun. I didn't change it for 2026 yet, so
Oh, okay.
thought I'd throw something on there. But hope you're all having a decent day so far. Kevin, how the heck have you been?
Good. I just got back from a class for my work, so now I'm a preceptor and I can basically hire people on. So
Hey, would you look
that
at
was
that?
fun.
They're giving Kevin the keys to the kingdom. That's dangerous. So awesome. We're glad to hear it. I am here. So
Okay.
that's whether I see that as fortunate or unfortunate, who knows? Depends on the day and the time. All right, let's go ahead and get into the news this week because we got a lot to talk about. Up first, it's official, Kevin, as of today. The Mummy 4 with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz will release on May 19th, 2028.
Hell yeah.
2 years away. This is coming to us from directors Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett, who were the directors behind Scream 5 and 6, Abigail, and both Ready or Not films.
Nice. Very excited.
I think it's a good choice. I mean, there's some humor in those. I'm curious to see what they'll do with more of a humorous property, or maybe they'll make it scarier. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down for both, but I'm just glad to see Brendan Fraser back in a Mummy movie. So,
Oh yeah, believe me, I think a lot of the internet is.
But next up, a sequel to F1 has officially been greenlit. Who would have known? It made a lot of money.
And it got nominated for Best Picture, which
I mean,
didn't really deserve it, but sure.
I agree to disagree, but I knew this was going to get green.
Would you really prefer F1 to No Other Choice being nominated?
No.
Exactly.
No.
There's better movies, Kevin.
I know, but
it's the movie that appealed to all the old white men in the Academy, and they all voted for it.
Oh no, then what Jason Statham's movie would have been in there.
That's true. That's actually a very good point. But yeah, that is officially greenlit. Next up, after doing the new Exorcist movie, Mike Flanagan will be directing a new version of The Mist, which we covered.
Very interesting.
Over. Don't know where they're going to go with it because I mean we already got one. I mean whether or not it's good is up to you as the viewer. But I mean Flanagan's a good director, so I mean hopefully he can do something good with it.
I'm excited to see what he does with it. Next up, a legal dispute over the rights of the Ghostface mask in the Scream franchise could potentially affect Scream 7's release date. That is hurtful to Scream 7.
If it ends up delaying it. I didn't read too much into the actual lawsuit to see what's happening and like who's claiming ownership or whatever, but you know, I mean, it is unfortunately rights are a silly thing, so
yeah, that's why I use my left.
Wow, all right, I was not expecting that joke. But next up, Wuthering Heights is probably the biggest movie coming out this weekend, and it has debuted to mixed reviews. Over on Metacritic, it currently has a 57, and over on Rotten Tomatoes, it currently has a 67. So it is getting some very mixed reviews at this point. A lot of people seem to be touting how good it looks and kind of like the performances and the music, but as far as being an adaptation, a lot of people think it's too loose and not strict enough to the source material. So who knows?
Who knows?
I'm still excited to see it because I think it looks gorgeous. So.
I mean, the cinematography and the costumes in this movie look really gorgeous. So yeah, I agree with you there. But next up, M. Night Shyamalan's next movie has been delayed from October 2026 of this year to February 2027. Do you know what this movie is yet?
All I know is that it's supposed to be a supernatural romance movie.
Okay. So, maybe they just need a little bit more time, and that's okay.
It's possible. I mean, they also just shift releases around if they need more time.
I don't think they would. Oh no, October, November. I was going to say near December. He's going to have a lot of competition. So. Yeah,
I mean, also, do you think about we were supposed to get Mortal Kombat 2 last October, and that got pushed to this summer. So the film can be done. They just, it just depends on where.
No, we need a release right now. Okay? I don't know what's happening.
Studios, get on it. Alrighty, next up, the new release date for Practical Magic 2 has been moved up a week to September 11th, 2026. This is the sequel to the, I don't know exactly what genre it is, maybe supernatural comedy, like a witch movie with Sandra Bullock and Nicole Kidman. So we're getting the sequel to that, which, I mean, hey, I have to watch the first one. But
yeah, me too.
Has
But I mean,
been moved up.
if it's any good, I'm down to go see this one.
I mean, hey, if it's good, I'll go see it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if it's not good, I'll probably go see it.
Maybe. Next up, Send Help was almost sent to streaming as opposed to theaters. This is what happens when you put movies in theaters.
Turns out they make money. Yeah, I guess Sam Raimi, when he was originally shopping this concept to studios, a lot of studios did not want to do it. They wanted to make it cheaper and put it on streaming. But 20th Century Fox, he said, had faith in the movie, and so they're number one for 2 weeks in a row. So
great for him.
Next up, good news and bad news here. So good news, the Helldivers movie will be releasing in theaters on November 10th, 2027. However, it will star Jason Momoa.
I think this is an okay role for him, actually.
I mean, he's going to have a helmet on the whole time. Hopefully he does. But I mean, I guess I don't know.
He's more of the masculinity guy.
It depends on who the other 3 people will be in his squad.
His co-worker, his co-stars in this.
Co-soldiers and co-stars. It should be interesting to see who
I'm
else
excited for it still.
I just still think this entire movie should be celebrity cameos and they all just die because
that would be hilarious.
Keep getting obliterated. But next up, Kevin.
Next up, Isabella Merced has been cast as the lead role in The House of the Dead from Resident Evil director Paul W.S. Anderson. Cool.
I mean, good for Isabella Merced. She's a great actress. We recently saw her in Superman. She was Hawk Girl. She was also in Alien Romulus. She was the one that gave birth in the movie. And then she was also in Last of Us Season 2. I believe she was Dee.
Yeah.
So, but it's just unfortunate because Paul W. Anderson is still making movies, and that man should not be allowed near a movie camera because he's. It is great to see that it's not Mila Jovovich, because that's his wife, and he just puts her in everything because she's not a good actress. So, but next up, Colman Domingo, one of my personal favorite actors, will write, direct, and star in a film based on Nat King Cole called Unforgettable. I mean, I'm excited for this because it's Colman Domingo, and I love Nat King Cole, but I'm so tired of music biopics. Like, I fail to be truly excited for this, just because, like, Springsteen's movie was a flop. The Bob Dylan movie I thought was horrifically boring. Like, Rocket Man was good, Bohemian Rhapsody was kind of mid. Like, they're not all great, but they're popular usually. Yeah. So. Who knows? We'll see how Michael does.
I think Michael's going to kill it, I feel like. So
we'll see.
Yeah, but next up, Lawrence Fishburne has also joined the cast for Mike Flanagan's The Exorcist. This is just a star-studded cast.
Yeah. We got some Marvel peeps in there with Scarlett and Lawrence now, and then got some Oscar winners. It's looking like a stacked cast. So
it is.
Nothing wrong with that. I'm excited for what this movie's going to be. And last news here, Pirates of the Caribbean 6 is moving forward somewhat. It's getting the Oscar-nominated writer of 1917, and it is rumored to focus on Jack Sparrow's son, as well as a female lead character, which may be the one played by Margot Robbie.
I mean, I'm kind of down, not stepping away from Jack Sparrow, but having another adventure with the Pirates of the Caribbean.
It's true, yeah, and I think that I don't know. This all rumors at this point. We don't know for sure. All we know is that the incoming CEO of Disney has said this is a priority. So,
nice.
Who knows? Alrighty, well, that's it for all the news this week. Let's see here, Nadia. Oh my God, it's Los Rio Wachos. That's it. We're gonna change our name now. That's going to be the new name going forward. Oh my god, that joke, Kevin.
She's
more
proud.
like Jason Nomo.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually, I like that. Jason.
Okay,
Nomo.
all right.
I like that.
I'll stop. Nadia will tell the jokes nowadays, and I'll just stop.
Well, hers was funnier. No, I'm just kidding. Alrighty, but moving on from the news, let's go into the stuff that's streaming this weekend or soon. Now streaming segment. Predator Badlands starts streaming on Hulu and Disney Plus tomorrow. If you have not seen the film yet, it is incredible. Would highly recommend it. It was nominated for several awards at the Real Watchers Awards, which were just released yesterday. So if you haven't seen the Real Watchers Awards yet, they're up on the YouTube channel. The live action How to Train Your Dragon is now streaming on Netflix. If you haven't seen it yet, you can watch it there.
Very cool.
Primitive War, an indie movie success from last year, is now officially available to stream on Hulu and Disney Plus, which I checked earlier and it wasn't on there yet. But Letterboxd said it was, which is kind of confusing. I'll probably check again tomorrow. Song Sung Blue will release on Peacock on February 16th, 2026. Nominated for an Oscar for this year for lead actress for Kate Hudson. Wicked for Good begins streaming exclusively on Peacock on March 20th, 2026. So, fortunately, if you want to watch the lousy follow-up to the first movie, you can. Speak No Evil is now officially available to stream on Peacock. The one with, what's his name? I can't remember his name right now. The guy who played Xavier. Park Chan-wook's Old Boy is now available to stream on Tubi. So, Kevin, since you love No Other Choice so much, which, again, nominated for a bunch of stuff at the Real Watchers Awards, his older movie, Old Boy, is now on Tubi.
His older movie, Old Boy. Yep.
Asteroid City is available to stream on Peacock now. So, if you haven't had a chance to check out that Wes Anderson movie, it's available. And then, I'm really excited about this one. Rental Family will be available to stream on Hulu and Disney Plus on February 18th. I don't know what you're doing with the script there. But
I was going like this to highlight it, but I accidentally moved some parts, and I don't know how I'm not a techie guy, so I'm going to leave it.
It's okay. But yeah, Rental Family, a movie I really loved last year, will be available to stream on Hulu and Disney Plus on the 18th.
Okay.
So, fun stuff there.
Pretty cool.
Let's go ahead and get into the trailers that came out this week. We had a lot of trailers that came out because of the Superb Owl event that happened over the weekend, which we all know that's just an excuse to watch movie trailers. Unfortunately, we did not get a Doomsday trailer, which is kind of weird.
But that's okay. I feel like that's okay. They're saving their money for something else, I guess.
But we did get some good trailers that came out this week. Kevin, what stood out to you?
I mean, the first three that you have on here, Hail Mary, Grogu, and Disclosure Day. I think Hail Mary is probably one of my most anticipated movies so far coming up, just because of how amazing it looks and how interesting it looks as well. I want to see where they're going with the main character. And then Disclosure Day, it already looks great, so another trailer doesn't hurt it. So
it's true. I thought the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer was terrible.
It was just like, remember this is coming out kind of a thing. It
was literally like they spend so much money on those commercials. Why wouldn't you just show an actual trailer instead of just? It was, I don't know. I thought it was bad. Project Hail Mary gave probably its best trailer yet. I'm very excited for that movie. And then I'm also really excited for Exit 8, which looks like a really faithful adaptation of the video game and has a lot of film festival buzz coming into everything. So very excited about that. And it looks fantastic too. Looks just like the game.
You're not excited for Minions and Monsters? I know you're a big Minions fan.
I will answer that question easily for you. No, I'm not. It does look better than the other Minions movies. I love the idea that they summon like a Cthulhu type thing. I think that's really funny. But it's also Minions, so it's therefore cringy and stupid.
Yeah.
But that's it for the trailers this week.
Yeah. So next up is the box office.
Well, we have comments though.
Oh, I'm so sorry, comment people.
Fox Pixar said, "Well, Superb Owl happened." Yes, it did.
Why you call it that?
It's a joke from what's it called? What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show.
Oh,
because the vampires are invited to their neighbor's Super Bowl party, but they misinterpret it as Superb Owl Party.
Oh my god!
And the entire time they're like, "Where is the owl?" So I always just call it Superb Owl. But yes, Kevin, you were right with the box office.
Yeah. So Send Help at number 1 almost went to streaming with 9 million. Solo Meal was 7 million. Iron Lung, third place, baby, 6 million. Stray Kids, I can't see because Garrett's thing is on there. The Dominant Experience with 5.1 million, and Dracula coming in with 4.4 million. It's a slower day at the movies, but it was because it was Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, there was also just wasn't a lot that came out this weekend. I'm
Mhm.
surprised that Whistle didn't even place in the
No.
top 5, but I mean, there wasn't a lot of marketing behind it. I think I only saw the trailer for it once in theaters, and I went to the movie theaters like 30 times in the last 3 or 4 months and only saw it once. So it just wasn't marketed well. Really surprised to see Dracula on here, but it was kind of popular on Letterboxd because it was more like a romantic comedy-ish more version than like a horror. So, who knows? Iron Lung hanging in a third though, getting another 6 million.
Love it.
They just announced that Markiplier gave bonuses to everyone who worked on the film, large bonuses because of all the money. Because he doesn't need the money, he's just doing it because he wants to. So he gave a lot of that money to the crew and cast.
Awesome. And I mean, it also helps out other filmmakers or YouTubers who want to be filmmakers or independent people to be like, hey, you can do it, kind of a situation. So
yeah, well, unless Markiplier's got a shit ton of money, but yeah, if you can find a sugar daddy, go for it. All right, so that is it for the box office. Wait, Dracula's on here. Yes, the Luc Besson one that just came out. It did place in the top 5, which is kind of crazy. Alrighty, let's go ahead and talk about the movies that come out this weekend because we got 4 big releases coming out this weekend, so it should be an interesting box office next week. Up first is Wuthering Heights, which we talked about earlier. A passionate and tumultuous love story set against the backdrop of the Yorkshire moors, exploring the intense and destructive relationship between Heathcliff and Catherine Earnshaw. This has, like we said earlier, very mixed reviews right now, starring Margot Robbie and Jacob Elordi. I thought this looks pretty good from the trailers, but we'll see when it comes out. I think it's going to be something that'll win like craft awards, or at least craft consideration, production design, cinematography, those kinds of things. But up after that is Crime 101. An elusive thief eyeing his final score encounters a disillusioned insurance broker at her own crossroads. As their paths intertwine, a relentless detective trails them, hoping to thwart the multi-million-dollar heist they are planning. Just looks like a kind of a bigger cast heist crime movie.
Interesting. We haven't gotten one of those, I feel like, in a while.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting some Ocean's movies again, I think, but it's been a while since we've had a kind of heist-ish kind of movie. Cool to see Chris Hemsworth in something, and Mark Ruffalo, that are not like Marvel or kind of things like that, more serious. I mean, Mark Ruffalo does a lot of serious stuff, but
yeah, because he had Mickey 17 too, so
it's true. Then we have Goat, still one of the worst decisions Sony ever made, putting this in theaters and not K-pop Demon Hunters. Goat, a small goat with big dreams, gets a once-in-a-lifetime shot to join the pros and play Roarball, a high-intensity co-ed full-contact sport dominated by the fastest, fiercest animals in the world. It's a basketball movie with animals. It looks dumb. The reviews are right down the middle. It doesn't look that good. The fact that K-pop Demon Hunters was sent to Netflix because Sony didn't have faith in it, and this was sent to theaters. The only reason this is in theaters is because Steph Curry's producing it. That's really the only reason.
100%. Yeah, and he has the money.
Terrible too. It looks awful. The character designs are whatever. I hate this movie. I'll probably go see it anyway, just so I can cover it. But it does not look good. Lastly, is a really fun one. Good luck, have fun, don't die. A man from the future arrives at a diner in Los Angeles where he must recruit the precise combination of disgruntled patrons to join him on a one-night quest to save the world from the threat of a rogue artificial intelligence. This is getting some pretty good reviews. It's got a 7.5 on IMDb right now, 71 on Metacritic. Looks very out there. It's the same director as the Pirates of the Caribbean films, which is also pretty fun. But I do love... I read an interview with him, and he said that they made AI the villain, but they didn't make it like a smart, calculating villain. They made it.
That's great.
They made it like a diva who's begging for attention, which is really funny because that's what a lot of generative AI glazers tend to do. So, but that is it for everything that we have as far as news and things like that. So let's go ahead and change this up just a little bit here. Kevin's going to make me yawn.
Sorry.
But we have a lot. I mean, well, I have a lot of movies that I watched this week. Kevin, not so much. We did share one movie that we both watched, though.
Yes.
Well, let's. I mean, do you want to just talk about that one first?
Yeah, I'll talk about it first, and then we'll get into yours.
Sure, go ahead.
The man with the golden gun. I really enjoyed this one. It's just a classic Bond movie. I really enjoyed that the villain in this movie felt like an actual Bond villain. I've only seen like the Daniel Craig ones, so these older Bond movies, the villain doesn't feel like a villain to me. I feel like, but in this one, he feels very like that's the final boss kind of a thing. His like private house that's on the beach and stuff like that, where he has the different windows and trippiness behind it, and his henchman Knick-Knack is really funny. I really enjoyed his presence when he was on the screen, because he always led up to something that was pivotal to the story. But it was really good. I really liked the direction they went with this. I feel like the writing was good in here as well. But it's just the villain made me really love this movie. So I gave it an 82 out of 100.
All right. I also watched The Man with the Golden Gun, and I gave it a 79 out of 100. This was always one of my favorites when I was younger. My brother and I watched this a lot, because he was always obsessed with James Bond. But I think the unpopular opinion is that I like this one, and I'm glad that you also liked it too. It has some pretty bad elements. It's got some real racist depictions of Asian people in this movie. And I hate the Sheriff Pepper character.
Yeah.
Incredibly annoying. But I love Scaramanga as a villain, though. I think he's one of my favorites, like top 5. And I love his whole island lair. Like, that's James Bond to me. The island lair with like the quirkiness to it. That is what I love. And it also this movie confirms that I actually really enjoy Roger Moore as James Bond. I think he feels more competent to me than Sean Connery, which we'll talk about a little bit in a minute. I think Christopher Lee playing the villain is also a really fun touch, because he's a great actor. I also think it's really funny that the whole thing has to do with solar power and the sun, because it's literally a golden gun because it shoots sun power. But he played Dracula.
So, interesting.
I think it's really funny. But I think the reason for him being a villain, with the whole solar power storyline, is kind of half-baked. It just doesn't feel as interesting. But you need it to have, like, you can't just like have it be where he invites James Bond to his island and then they have a duel or something, because that wouldn't be a complete movie. You need to have something else going on. But I do like this movie. I mean, just the racist kind of stuff and the Sheriff Pepper things really hold this back somewhat. But like there are a few scenes that also feel pointless. Like the whole martial arts like facility thing. Is pointless.
Didn't have to be there.
But it was kind of funny. I don't know. Like it had a little bit of a James Bond moment, or not James Bond, Indiana Jones type moment, which was great, even though he did this before Indiana Jones. But I don't know. This movie's also got a killer score. I like how it works in the intro song into the actual score of the movie. But yeah, I think this one's a lot of fun. So, all right. Well, I have a lot of movies.
13. You have 13 now, and 13, I have 1.
And you have 1. So I'll do 7, 1, and then 6.
Yeah.
And I'll go somewhat quickly, too. I don't want to take up too much time. So as part of my Fill the Map February, I watched a film from Lithuania called Vesper, which is able to stream on Shudder, if anyone has Shudder. This is a slow-moving, yet an original sci-fi movie. I have not seen a sci-fi post-apocalyptic movie or whatever that is biopunk. So, like, we've seen a lot of cyberpunk type stuff, but this one is like it's all plant and nature based. Like, all the tech is based on like plants and kind of fungi and stuff. Like, there's weapons that spread like fungi on the ground. It's really cool. So, like, the design for this movie is fantastic. The performances are a little mixed, but the standout to me is Richard Brake, who plays villains in pretty much everything because he's just a creepy looking guy. Here, he's a good guy. He's the main character's father, and I think he does a really good job both vocally and when he's physically acting. The visuals are the best part of this movie, and the effects are very good for a mid-budget movie. It's not a blockbuster movie by any means. Like, there's a lot of just dialogue scenes that are really slow, and I will say that it's not paced exactly the best, even though it is 90 minutes. But it's a great movie from a female filmmaker, so we don't get a lot of those. So, gave it a 71 out of 100. And then I watched a film from Mauritania, which is on the west side of Africa, called West Indies, and I loved this movie. It's a movie that takes place in a single set in an old abandoned Renault warehouse in France. They built a slave ship inside this warehouse, and the entire movie takes place on this slave ship, but it's like redesigned and looks different for different scenes because it tells 300 years of French oppression and colonialism through the eyes of the people who came from Africa or the Bahamas or the Caribbean. Like how they were originally shipped off as slaves, and then after slavery was repealed, how they were still unwanted. It's basically a lot of the same what happened here in the U.S., because France and the U.S. were both very colonialist. But it's just a brilliantly staged movie. It's all done through singing and dancing and performance. I wish someone would make this movie from the American point of view to show Black history in America. I think it'd be absolutely incredible. Love this movie. So you have Criterion Collection, or Criterion Channel. It is on there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, 94 out of 100. And then after Kevin watched it last week, I also watched Dr. No this week. And I give it a 75. I think it's a solid yet safe James Bond movie. I think it's pretty tame as well. Sean Connery, I think he's fine as James Bond. He's the original. He's the foundation. He's the bedrock. So he's fine. It's just not my personal favorite. In this one, he's pretty capable. As movies go on, he just kind of gets less and less spry. But I will say, after watching 3 Sean Connery movies, which I'll talk about, he's just a rapist. He literally just rapes these women. It's really kind of odd. But I liked Ursula Andress as Holly in this movie. I thought she added quite a bit of charm. Also, I liked his sidekick, Quarrel, who was played by John Kitzmiller. He was a helpful Jamaican sidekick who's not stereotypical. He's just a good character, which I like. But the mystery behind this movie is pretty bland. I'm not that big a fan of Spectre and their whole shtick as just being an evil spy agency or whatever. Not a big fan of that. And I just don't think that Dr. No is not that good of a villain. He's just very boring. He's only in the movie for 10 minutes. And the worst thing is that his death is not that exciting. So, I don't know. For me, I give it a 75. It's fine. Not my favorite Bond movie.
Good starting point.
It's definitely where the building blocks were. All right, fourth, my movie from Belarus, which is Crystal Swan, and I actually really enjoyed this movie. And it's a 90s period piece about a DJ who plays a lot of house music in Belarus, and she is trying to immigrate to the United States. And after mistakenly put a wrong number on her form to apply for a visa to go to the U.S., she has to go to the family out in the countryside whose number she wrote on there to try and convince them to say that she's a good person so she can go to the U.S. And I think that it's a very good movie. The main actress, Alina Nasibolina, I'm saying that correctly, who I will now admit to having a crush on, she's really good. She's fantastic in this movie, and I really enjoyed her performance. She brings a level of snootiness. She's almost unlikable, but she grows over time, which is kind of nice. The major fault of the movie, though, is that it feels pretty poorly paced. It definitely moves very slowly and it drags, but I do think that because a lot of that's dialogue, and I think that if there was just a little bit more going on, a little bit more tension or something, it would have been good. Truly good. It is a great movie, though. I still enjoyed it. Just a little slow. And definitely some writing issues, but I did enjoy it. So 80 out of 100. I know a movie that I hated. Malta, giving us one of the worst shark movies I've ever seen. It's a shark movie that does nothing to distinguish itself. The only thing that makes this movie original in any capacity whatsoever is that it takes place on a jet ski. That's it. There's nothing worth talking about. They're all 30-year-old somethings on vacation. out on jet skis and attacked by a lousy-looking CGI shark. There are developments that happen in their personal relationships while they're on the boat. Like one of them finds out the other one was cheating on her or whatever, but it doesn't mean anything because all those characters are. There's no like growth. Like, why did that have to be there? Mm-hmm. Just so she can like kick him off, and he's like, "Oh, well, I'm sorry," and then yoink. It's stupid. I don't care about anyone in this movie. The shark looks bad. It's boring. It's not scary. There's some actually decent practical effects with one character who's like bitten. There's some really good looking like gouge marks, and it takes place on a jet ski. Those are the only things I'm giving it points for. Like it's just really bad. I hated it every minute of it.
Garrett goes, the jet ski was cool.
Jet skis are pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
But on the opposite end of the spectrum, something that was absolutely incredible, and I would highly recommend everyone watch, is No Other Land. This is the documentary from Palestine that won the Academy Award for Best Documentary last year. This has nothing to do with the conflict between Gaza or Palestine and Israel. This is purely about a different topic, which is the settlers that have been coming in from Israel into Gaza and into Palestine and uprooting families from their traditional homes and then just kind of kicking them out. This is an absolutely necessary and important documentary. If you haven't seen it, you should. There is a shot in this that is from a classroom looking at a wall, and then there's a door leading out to like the outside. And there's just kids in this classroom, and then from the doorway you can see just a line of Israeli soldiers marching in, and it is a horrifying shot. It centers on a young Palestinian activist named Basel, or Basel, I can't remember exactly how you pronounce it, but it's about him kind of recording everything that happens because the entire thing is that the Israeli court was like, oh, this land in a country that's not ours, yeah, that's ours now, and we're going to kick everyone out so it can be military training ground.
Oh.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. So he's obviously recording everything, but then that leads Yuval, who is an Israeli journalist, to come and kind of see what's going on, and they develop a friendship. So, like, it's really nice to see that friendship grow. I hesitate to say that I like this because the topic is very heavy, but I think it's necessary, and it's the best movie I've seen for Fill the Map February so far. So, highly recommend.
Nice.
You do have to rent it, but I would highly recommend doing it. On the other end of the spectrum, tonally, is the film from Uganda that I watched called Who Killed Captain Alex? And oh my gosh, is this movie good? No. Every part of my critical fiber wants to tell you that this movie is bad. But this is the first action movie that Uganda has ever made, and it is made with such passion and such love and like such an energy and a vibrance to it that it is hard to not sit there and laugh and smile and have fun with this movie. Kevin, I will show you parts of this when we're done, because it is like, because there's a thing in Uganda where movie theaters have things called VJs, which they sit there and, because like movie theaters are social spaces in Uganda. You can just come in, watch a movie for like 10 minutes and leave if you want to.
Oh, okay.
So they have to have a VJ to sit there and kind of like explain what's going on and then say the name of the movie over and over again. Like, it's really a funny thing. But there's literally a guy just narrating this entire performance, but it's not this whole movie. But he's not narrating the movie. He's just reacting to everything that's happening, which is really funny. So again, I will show you clips later. It is so much fun. It is a total passion project. I love this movie so much. And it's much better than you think it's going to be. But like,
it's still not good.
Not being like a good movie, but I think it's great. I don't care. 90.
Okay.
Alrighty, Kevin. Let's get to your movie so my voice doesn't disappear.
Yeah, no worries. So on the Criterion channel that they had, I think it was last month, because this month is February for Valentine's Day, they had Stunts, which was very interesting. And I saw the Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage, but this is the original, so I decided to check it out, and I feel like I really enjoyed this one a little bit better. It does the chase scene that lasts like 30 minutes at the end of this movie is absolutely fantastic. I love how everything is practical, which is really cool, but which, again, it's in the 70s, so nothing was CGI or anything like that. But it was just the stakes I feel like were a lot higher with this one than with the Nicolas Cage movie, and I felt it in this movie. So that's another thing I really enjoyed, and I really enjoyed the beginning of this movie. Kind of told you how they broke up the car and took out the VIN and put it on a new car and make it that VIN, and that was very interesting to me because they don't explain that in the Nicolas Cage movie, but in this one it's a whole shop that they're doing this with, so I thought that was fantastic. But you're in it for the stunts, and the stunts in this movie are absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed that aspect of this movie, so I gave it a 77 out of 100.
Yeah, the last 40 minutes is why you watch the movie. It's just
Mhm.
one long car chase, and it is absolutely incredible.
It is.
Other than that, I think it's pretty bad. but I'm glad you liked it.
Mhm.
Yeah, because again, that chase is iconic.
Mhm.
Alrighty, so after doing a Ugandan movie, I watched one from Slovakia, which is called Night Siren, which is able to watch on Shudder and Tubi. I walked out pleasantly surprised with this one, actually. So it's billed as a horror movie, like a folk horror movie, something like The Witch or The Lighthouse, about a woman returning to her mountain village home to confront her past, but then the locals accuse her of being a witch and all sorts of things. So it's kind of marketed as a horror movie, but it's not. It is a feminist drama. That it kind of addresses like what happens when men have complete control. There's a whole patriarchal system, right, that says, oh, women that think otherwise or think for themselves or are promiscuous or whatever are witches and should be, they're criminals or whatever. So when it goes that route, it's really good. When it kind of plays up that angle. When it tries to be a horror movie is where it kind of fails because it's not scary. And I think it's more so that thriller is probably a better word, but it's not even really that thrilling. It's more just the drama. The main character that comes back to town, she meets another woman who they kind of like share their experiences and their traumas and stuff, and they grow closer. It's kind of a romantic relationship, but it's not like overtly shown that way. Like you can look at it either way, right? Or just friends or more. Again, the folk horror part is just where it fails, but it's a good movie, not great. I think it's just kind of marketed wrong. I think if it was just gone as like a prestige drama instead of a horror movie, I think it would have been probably better.
Oh, okay.
All right, continuing on with James Bond, though. Watch
Mhm.
the second movie, which is From Russia with Love, and apparently I'm the only one that doesn't like this movie. I did not enjoy this at all. I thought this was incredibly boring. I thought that Connery was slightly better here in terms of the characteristics of being Bond. His action scenes, not so much. Daniela Bianchi, who plays the kind of Bond girl in this one, she was a fun inclusion, even though she's not given a whole lot to do. Also, there's a character played by Pedro Armendariz, who's like his companion in Turkey, who I really enjoyed that character. And then again, they set it in Turkey, and I think it's a beautiful location. It's very different from Jamaica, which was the setting of the first movie, Dr. No. So visually, it looks different. However, the entire back half of this movie is on a train. It's just in one location, and it's boring, and nothing really happens. And literally, I still cannot tell you what the villain's name in this is. He's just a big white guy with blonde hair, and I literally can't tell you anything else. He's not interesting. He's not smart. He's not giving anything crazy. It's boring. This movie is boring. Like a James Bond movie should never be boring.
Mm-mm.
Never. And this one is that. He has a briefcase gadget that's cool though, so there is that.
There's that.
But then I was like, after that, I finished that movie at like 11:30 at night, and I was like, this was like Sunday, I think, and I was like, I'll just put on the next one until I fall asleep, and I'll finish it tomorrow or whatever. But I ended up staying up and watching Goldfinger because guess what? Goldfinger's really good. This is the James Bond that I know and love. This is like, it's even like Sean Connery is like better in this one because I think he was given a better script. It's just so much more interesting. The villain is great. Goldfinger is probably the best villain, one of the best villains. I would say he's in the top 5 for sure. And his henchman, Oddjob, is always great. I think he's a Korean actor who has like the hat with the blades on it. He can like throw it kind of like a Kung Lao. Again, I like how it's not tied to Spectre, because that makes it better. It's a character is not tied to anything, but they do reference those events, so it kind of all feels canon. But I like when the villains are unattached to anything, and Goldfinger is that. What doesn't really work for this movie are the poorly aged elements, like the treatment. Again, for some reason, the treatment of Asian people seems to be a continued and ongoing thing with the James Bond movies. But also, like, Bond just straight up, again, rapes women in this movie, and it is really egregious, and it does kind of hold you back from really appreciating maybe this version of the character, because Roger Moore, at least in Man with the Golden Gun, is not as rapey as Sean Connery is here. So, but the movie moves at a good pace. It's always going around different parts of the world, which is really nice. I love the whole last part that takes place at Fort Knox. It's really great. Love this movie. It also has the iconic sequence of the woman painted in gold on the bed, which is great. All right. And then I watched another James Bond movie, Thunderball, which was also boring. I was hoping for a good follow-up to Goldfinger and did not get it. Instead, I got a movie that was half shot underwater because I think they were like really intent on showing off that they had underwater cameras for this. And every time it goes underwater, it slows the movie to a crawl because everything just goes so slow. The action scenes aren't cool underwater, except for like one fight in like a pool when they close the cover on top of it, which is kind of fun. But like the thing that this has over From Russia with Love is the villain is better. Largo is the villain. He's like the cigar smoking guy with the eye patch on. He's obsessed with sharks in the water. Like, cool dude.
That's a Bond villain right there.
That's a Bond villain. Unfortunately, he's a Spectre guy. It's just like, I'm tired of Spectre, man. Also, it's cool to go back to like the islands. I think that whenever Bond is in a tropical setting, like the Jamaica or Bahamas, it looks great. It's a good looking movie, except for the underwater stuff. And it's just not that exciting of a movie. Like, I don't know, wasn't that exciting. Alrighty, and I got two more.
Oh, two more. Yeah.
So I have a Jamaican movie, The Harder They Come. Speaking of Jamaica and Dr. No, this movie is really good. And if anyone has a chance to watch this, I would highly recommend it because this is the widely considered, it is the first movie that Jamaica made by themselves and released themselves. So this is a movie about Jamaica made by Jamaicans, which is fantastic. It's a great anti-capitalist movie because it centers on a character who is like a singer-musician, is on hard times, and then records a song, and the song gets really popular. And his the record recording executive that made the money and signed the deal with him is getting all the money, but he isn't. So he has to then become somewhat of a criminal. He begins dealing drugs and getting into violence. And so kind of like it really highlights how the kind of the capitalist way that the recording industry just takes advantage of everyone that makes the music, and then the executives are the ones that get the money, right?
Oh, jeez.
But it's really cool that the way, because this, again, it's Jamaica by Jamaicans. So you're seeing like the street level stuff is all really cool to see the country, like, and it's not like always super flattering. Like, and so they're not making their own country look incredible, which is really nice. Like, it's an honest and kind of faithful portrait. I do think that what's it called? There's a whole plot line with the preacher and his daughter that the main character is obsessed with. That could have been kind of dropped. Also, it takes way too long to get to the main song of this movie because the main song is really good. And I have added it to my movie music playlist because it's fantastic. It's literally the same name as the movie. And it's like this film is also considered responsible for bringing Jamaican culture and reggae to the popular consensus. So it's really cool.
Cool.
All right, last one before we get to wheel spins is Lumumba, Death of a Prophet from 1991. This is from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. And this was a quick hour-long documentary made by a Belgian who was born in Belgium and then moved to the Congo after it became independent from its European colonizers. And this entire documentary is about Patrice Lumumba, who was their first elected president, who was assassinated. And it's about him before and up to when he was assassinated. And unfortunately, it deals more with the director and the writer Raoul Peck and his experience of it, as opposed to information about the president and what he did, and more about like the history of the Congo when it became independent. And so like that would have been more interesting. Instead, it's more like, I remember my time in the Democratic Congo and what that president looked like. And it was like, some of his musings are cool, but it's just the wrong focus, which is, dude, it's so fucked up what happened to this guy. It doesn't tell it in the movie, really. But not only was this guy assassinated, they chopped him up, threw all the bits into acid, and then kept one of his teeth as a souvenir for killing him. And the family didn't even get that tooth later until like 61 years later.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
It is fucked up. But you don't get that in the documentary. I had to find that out through Letterboxd reviews and then making sure that was real in like a Wikipedia or something. Like, so again, great documentary, like cinematography wise, and the musings are great, but like it's just the wrong focus.
Okay.
That took me out of it.
Okay.
Oh, okay, Kevin.
Yeah, I'll start.
Sorry for taking so much time. I was watching a lot of movies because I have a paper due this weekend, and I wanted to kind of get ahead of my movie challenge for the month so that I could take the time to work on it.
No worries.
Next week might be a little slower.
You don't need to be sorry about that. So,
well, I will.
My short that I got from the Wheel Spun was "I'll Never Hail Again," and this is probably one of my favorite Three Stooges shorts that I have watched. I love the comedy in this, but I also loved the puns in this, and it's just I'll just tell one scene. They go over to the Three Stooges go over to a map and they go, "Okay, we're gonna look at this map closely." It stays on the map for probably like 45 seconds without anybody talking or anything like that. So you can see all of the puns on there. So it's not it's not Great Britain, it's Great Mitten. And it's the hot sea instead. Like, it's so good with all the puns. So that's why I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I do like the anti-Nazi kind of stuff in this. They have the Axis power in here, and it was just really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, so I gave it an 89 out of 100.
All right. I also had a really good short this week, which is "You Ought to Be in Pictures," and this might be one of my new favorites from Looney Tunes, honestly, because it's one of the first things I've seen chronologically where they mix live action and animation. That's awesome. And the idea is that Daffy convinces Porky to like get rid of his contract with Looney Tunes so that he can go star in live action movies with people. And when he leaves, Daffy tries to come in and convince the producer that he deserves the job back or whatever. It's really funny. So far ahead of its time. There's literally a part when a security guard picks up Porky Pig's car that's animated and throws it, and it actually looks really good, even for what,
the 40s,
80 years later.
Yeah, jeez.
So really good. I love this one. Give it a 90. Probably maybe it will be higher on another rewatch, but it was very good. One of my favorites so far.
Nice. Very cool. My movie, it was Mr. Mom, and this was really good. I really enjoyed the comedy in this movie, as well as just respecting someone else's job, even though, because this is back in the day when women were supposed to be at home and all that stuff, and it shows that you can have a sufficient job, woman bringing in the bread, which is really interesting, especially for this like day and age when women are getting much higher pay than men, which is fantastic. But it also just shows family comes first, even though you have a rough day or a bad job. When you come home, it's family time, even though if you're tired or anything like that. They really show that family is what it lifts your spirits a lot of the time when you come home after that rough day. But the comedy was fantastic in here. He doesn't know how to take care of his kids at the first part of this, and then he eventually does, and then he gets hired back onto the job after he kind of cleans up his own mess, which is awesome. So it's just picking yourself back up, especially when you get laid off. Good things come to good people, and that's like
we can't really hear you. Oh, there you go. Now you're good.
Okay. So I gave it a 78 out of 100. It does have some slow points to it, but I wouldn't cut anything because everything is so to the story, I feel like.
All right. All right. So, yeah, also pretty decent movie. Looks like it's getting some, not a remake, but a very similar film coming out called The Breadwinner, which has the comedian Nate Bargatze in it. So, and my movie was Tau that Kevin picked for me. And no, this movie is not about the Tau Empire from 40K. That would have been a better movie.
That would be cool.
This was a sci-fi movie based on AI and kind of similar ideas and concepts. And this movie wasn't very good. Not your fault, Kevin. Don't worry. But it was just everything was half-baked. The idea wasn't fully explored. It just wasn't that interesting. It was honestly rather boring. There is some chemistry between Gary Oldman and Micah Monroe, which was kind of fun because Gary Oldman plays the AI that's in the house she's trapped in. And I mean, it's got Micah Monroe in it, and that's always a bonus. But they were good. Like, they're the only real good parts of this movie. Also, the design, the kind of like futuristic design that everything has, looks pretty good. But it's just, again, the story elements, it's just not a very interesting movie. It doesn't really feel like it has anything to say that we haven't heard before. And, just didn't really do anything for me. So 34 out of 100. But hey, I mean, I'm still glad that I got to check out something different. I mean, I watched a lot of good movies this week, I would say. So it was kind of nice to have something that wasn't up to snuff.
Okay.
But that is going to be it for the wheel spin stuff. But
yes, it is.
Now we actually have to do the deed, Kevin, which is what?
We have to, well, you spin the wheel and I watch it go round and around. So, and then what it picks, no one knows. So I love this.
That's true.
I love this. So
sounds good to me. Well, if anyone has anything that they would like to add to the wheel, go ahead and get those in. We'd love to add some stuff in. I don't know what you're hoping for this week, Kevin.
I can do with anything. I'm okay with it. I've gotten some pretty good ones, I feel like, the last couple of times. So
there you go.
We're on a roll.
Yeah. I mean, I'm always down for pretty much anything. So I mean, we're gonna have to watch a lot of romance stuff just because of movie club. So maybe not something with romance, but I'll take anything else. We'll give it about another minute and see if people want to kind of get anything going. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what I want. Just something. We'll give a little bit more time here just to see in case anything is recommended. Give it about maybe 30 more seconds. 30 more seconds. I think we've kind of had some people drop off, but if anyone has anything.
I have your movie if I get picked, so we are okay.
Damn. Kevin's actually prepped this time.
I did. And it's on Netflix too, so you don't even have to search for it.
Dang. Alrighty, and we'll go ahead and cut it off because no one put anything in. It's fine. We have a lot of stuff.
That's okay. Yeah,
so it's fine. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle up the wheel of shorts, and we'll spin.
Can we call it? This is short wheel. It's like we have the short bus and the big bus.
Who's to say? All right, Steve for 2.
Will that be mine? I'll do mine.
That is yours.
Yeah.
Steve for 2, and I'll go ahead and add a Garrett to that. Because that's what we'll do with shorts. All right, so Kevin's short is Ski for 2. And we'll go ahead and shuffle it up and spin for me. It'd be really funny if I get the same one. We both just get the same short.
Oh, hey, it's a Woody Woodpecker one. I haven't gotten one of those yet.
Pinto Pink from 1967 is mine. Never even heard of that before. I wonder what it is. Let's look it up. It is it's a Pink Panther one. Oh, man, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
Right. Yeah, very cool. I haven't had a Pink Panther one in a very long time. Oops.
For K.
Yep. Alrighty, we'll save that wheel.
Switch
we'll
it
go
over.
to the Wheel of Movies. We'll go ahead and shuffle this bad boy up and see what Kevin gets.
Let's see what I get. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Stream comments were. Oh, they just came through. Hold on.
Like, perfect timing for that.
Yeah, perfect timing. They just came through. Thank you for texting me, Joey. Yeah, for some reason they weren't coming through on our end, but good timing. The Jester is from Nadia, and then Half Baked from 1998. It is Joey's. Thank you, by the way. Yeah, sorry about that. Don't know why.
It kind of crashed.
There may have been an internet kind of weird thing on my end. It's always possible. All right. Let's reel and shuffle it because Kevin's landed on Kevin's pick, which can't even be the case.
I already do.
So. Yeah, right. The Hills Have Eyes, 1977.
The older one, okay.
Classic horror movie for Kevin this week. All right, we'll shuffle this bad boy up.
Give me 1 sec.
Okay.
I mean, you can spin it for you.
You're just making sure you haven't reviewed it? Okay, I cannot pick for myself, so
Oh my goodness gracious.
I have reduced the number of those, and I don't know why it's landing on those so much. It is random. I'm shuffling it every time I spin. Ooh. The greatest beer run ever. I see clips from this on YouTube all the time. It's about a guy. It's what's his name? High School Musical kid. Zac Efron. Who he doesn't go to Vietnam, but his friends do. So he travels to Vietnam to bring them beer.
This. Okay, I've seen this one. Like, things too.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and save the wheel here. All right, so as for the wheel spin assignments this week, Kevin will be watching the short Ski for Two, as well as the 1977 horror film The Hills Have Eyes. I will be watching the Pink Panther short Pinto Pink from 1967, and the historical comedy Greatest Beer Run Ever. Mm-hmm. So really excited to see that. So that is going to be it for the live stream this week. Again, sorry that for some reason the comments weren't coming through. That's unfortunate, but we did get them in time, so
yes.
those have been added.
Good catch.
But a couple of housekeeping things. Number one, as I mentioned earlier in the show, the Real Watchers Awards have gone live. Kevin and I have picked our nominees and winners for the best movies of 2025, which that video is now live, so you can go check it out. We will also have a video coming separately for our worst movies of the year, which that will be probably coming out, I would say Friday. Just depends on when I have time to actually edit it. I've got a big homework assignment this weekend. But that's those. We also have our movie club episode coming up on Friday, which is, I believe, the day before Valentine's Day?
Correct.
So right in time for Valentine's Day, we're going to be taking a look at the what ifs of the movie Past Lives, which very excited to talk about that movie. So make sure you guys don't miss that. And of course, the stream goes live every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So thank you so much for joining us. Hope you all have a fantastic week. And until next time, keep those eyes on the screen.